Jersey Shore last summer, there were many who voiced outrage, and still others who, in their own individual way, wanted to do something about it.
I felt I had to do something. Like, I needed to talk to people. I wrote to the Asbury Park Press.
Nick Burns' fifth grade class at the Tennekill School believes it can make a difference in the water we swim in and drink and in the air we breathe. The class has formed an organization complete with logo called Kids Against Pollution. They've written letters to the media, for starts, to let us know they exist. I got one from Lauren Abate, who told me that they want publicity so that other students from around the world will join their efforts and eventually write letters to politicians.
We want other schools to get involved with the organization, so then if we write to, when we write to our target person, they're going to get so many letters that they're going to have to end up doing something.
They are organized, too. Each school that inquires about Kids Against Pollution gets loads of information on everything from how to protect the ozone layer.
If the ozone layer melts, there's going to be a totally different climate, and Texas will be a very, very deep, very big desert. It'll be so dry that I don't think anybody could live there.
To how to help stop acid rain.
Well, we can try to make sure that the companies put the scrubbers on their smokestacks so that the smoke won't get out into the air as much.
So far, 8 New Jersey school districts have joined Kids Against Pollution, and on April 21st, these students, several thousand of them, plan to bombard New York's Governor Cuomo and New Jersey Senator Bill Bradley with letters urging them to help make a small part of our world a cleaner, safer place in which to live. Do you think you can make a difference? I mean, you're not old enough to vote, right?
Well, we can certainly pour out enough letters to, like, the government and the mayor to get them so sick of all the letters that they might do something.
Connie Collins, News 4, New Jersey.
He's got a firm grip on the political process, doesn't he?
That's right, saturation.
See you at 11 o'clock tonight.
Where 57,000 Southeast Asian boat people.
I'm not gonna.
Here. Yes. Yeah. Here.
We will move on to number 4 on the agenda, which is a conference with Pinnacle School children regarding cycling. This is in reference to the group of Kids Against Pollution. If they could come forward, the representative or stand.
Good evening, Mayor Rogan and Town Council members. My name is Suzanne Hammerly, and I'm one of the 19 founders of CAP, Kids Against Pollution. We are here tonight to discuss 3 main topics: how CAP began, recycling, and the coastal cleanup. Here are Edwin Baez, Lauren Abate, and Saskia Dixon to tell you how CAP began. Hi, my name is Lauren Abate. I'm one of the 19 founders of CAP. CAP is an organization of students throughout the tri-state area and hopefully the country. We hope to help clean up the environment by writing to public officials and lawmakers. If all the students send their letters on the same target date, we can make a very strong impact. Farms Cap, Kids Against Pollution. On February 1st, Connie Collins, a television news reporter from Channel 4, visited our 5th grade class, and our teacher, Rita Marks, informed us about our CAP organization. We told Mrs. Collins about our concerns about pollution and what CAP was attempting to accomplish. It was very exciting to see our class in television that evening of February 1st. On a local radio station, our teacher was interviewed about CAP. Hopefully more people will become interested in joining our organization because of these interviews and being in many newspapers.
Hi, my name is Jessica Dixon. So far we have been published in the following newspapers: Suburbanite, Ocean County, Observer, Cedar Schools involved along with many others. Cedar Grove Elementary School, Palm River, New Jersey, Old Town Pines, Marlboro Elementary, Walter Environmental Center, James Madison International School, Edison, New Jersey, North Caldwell, New Jersey, Holly Pond Environmental Center, Douglaston, New York, Great Meadows, New Jersey Schools, Hopewell, New Jersey, Alpine Schools, Harrington Park Schools, Howard Schools, Northern Valley Schools, Seminary Schools, Allendale School, and Glen School.
We plan to send postcards to all the schools and individuals involved. Postcards will tell them to send their letters on April 15th to Governor Mario Cuomo and Senator Bill Bradley. We will also send letters to newspapers and TV channels asking them to interview Governor Cuomo and Senator Bradley after they receive the letters. What CAP wants to know is specifically what the officials and lawmakers will do about the pollution problem and when they will do it. We are willing to keep fighting until they realize the problem and do something to fix it. Now we will be discussing some ideas about recycling with Eric Silverstein, Jason Butowski, Jamie Kalashak, Tracy Katz, and Chuck Stern. Hello. We are here from Tenneco School to talk to you about recycling. We are 5 of the 19 members of CAP. If you have any questions, please save them until the end. The first thing we would like to talk about is recycling aluminum cans. We think New Jersey should have a bottle bill. We would like our town to encourage other towns in New Jersey to have a bottle bill. One bad point in New York about the bottle bill is retailers do not like to collect the cans. So what we can do in New Jersey is to have them designate a specific collection area. Then people can come and turn them in. This will avoid the aggravation for the retailer. The town could keep a percentage of the deposit for operating in the collection area. Seeing that we don't have a bottle bill, here are some suggestions for recycling a coaster. First, if you bring in your bottles, you would have them weighed and you would receive half the amount of money. The coaster would receive the after expenses. As you know, money is paid for aluminum, steel, and glass. You get a certain amount of money per pound. So if a person brings in 10 pounds of aluminum and the price at the recycling station is 30 cents per pound, the person will receive $1.50. Also, coasters should have a tank available so people can deposit their used oil so that they won't dump it in the woods or down storm drains.
One way to eliminate garbage is to put all your biodegradable garbage in a compost pit for a couple of months, and it will turn into good soil. You can make a compost pit by digging a hole and putting all your leftover garbage in it. And if you don't want it to show, you can cover it with dirt when it is filled. Another way to make a compost pit is to build a box in your backyard and put a chicken wire fence around it. When it is full, wait about 6 months to a year, and you will have topsoil, usually good in gardens. While we are here, we want you to know a few facts. Do you know that 700,000 tons of garbage are dumped on the USA daily? Do you know that all this could be recycled? Here's another lesson from Japan.
Americans have found a lot to admire in Japan's ability to make products. But the United States also has much to learn about how Japan disposes of its used products and other solid waste. Japan only puts 20% of its waste
in landfills, and we put 90% of ours. Japan dumps have liners so the waste doesn't leach into the soil. Their beer bottles are recycled at least 20 times and recycle 50% of their paper. This works because the government cooperates with the national, the regional, and the local.
As you might not know, McDonald's and other restaurants use styrofoam cups and plates. They are harmful to our environment, and when you break it up, it breaks the ozone layer. We would like the town to write letters to these restaurants requesting that they stop using styrofoam and use paper cups and plates instead. We should also try to have the town discourage the use of styrofoam. We use styrofoam in many places, including your own homes, the recreation field house, and many more. If we want to start someplace, we can start by forbidding the use of styrofoam in Closter. We have already stopped styrofoam in Closter school system. We could be the first town in New Jersey, or maybe even the USA, that is completely free from styrofoam. Another idea is to have 5 days a week for garbage pickup. For example, Monday the garbage man could pick up glass. On your garbage can, you could have color-coordinated days and garbage cans. Other days they could pick up aluminum, metal, and plastic. This way the garbage will already be separated and ready to be recycled. If possible, the garbage man could bring it right to be recycled. The people could decide if they want this or not.
Our ozone layer is being seriously harmed by pollution. CFCs are the cause of ozone erosion according to NASA. CFCs are used in air conditioners and styrofoam. The ozone layer is a narrow band of oxygen molecules at the top of the Earth's atmosphere. This band reflects the ultraviolet rays. If the ozone layer breaks too much more, there will be a very high population of skin cancer, eye ailments, and genetic aberration for people and animals. It will cause a hot acid attack that could change the world's temperature and life we know it now drastically. This could happen in the little time of 30 years. Something is not done. Thank you, Eric, Jason, David, Chuck, and Tracy. Next is Sharon Miskovich, Jeff Close, Peter Lordenbach, and Debbie Biondo to talk about the Closter cleanup. We have one under the cap that involves in the Closter cleanup. We have made flyers. We will give 5 flyers to each child to give to other people in the neighborhood. We would also like to make posters and hang them up in the stores. We would design them ourselves.
There'll be Closter cleanup buttons for those who signed up for Closter cleanup. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, everyone will meet in Memorial Field, and those who signed up will have a chance to win a prize. Each button will have a number on the back that will correspond to a number in the ball. We'll get prizes by asking local merchants to donate an item. Example, Rudy's Pizza could donate a cheap pizza. The Theater could donate 2 tickets to a movie. Or Flipside could donate free cakes. Or a teenager could donate 2 hours of free babysitting or an hour of time helping someone with yard.
The Closter cleanup will be from 9 o'clock a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. People will sign up from 8:30 to 9 a.m. We encourage all neighborhoods to clean up that day. We could put monsters on garbage cans to encourage the younger kids to throw away some of their garbage. Also, as people collect garbage, it will be collected and sorted. That is bottles, metal, aluminum, and paper. The spots in Closter that most need to be cleaned up are 1. The lot across from Kmart, 2. Tenneco Brook, 3. The lot east of Burger King, 4. Buckman Road, 5. The Girl Scout Cabin, 6. The lot by A&P, 7. The area around the reservoir, 8. The Girl Scout Cabin. We will ask our local organization to help. For example, the Lions Club, the VFW, etc. We have a commitment from the Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, and the Girl Scouts already. We will also encourage all of our neighborhood
caught my eye, and I would like to send my compliments. Your endeavor to improve our society is to be commended. I have always felt that an outstanding effort deserves recognition. Please accept my best wishes. Keep up the good work. If I can ever be of assistance to you in the future, please don't hesitate to contact my office. Sincerely, Charlotte Vanderbilt, Freeholder. We have also been working closely with Mrs. Alice Buckley of the Coaster Improvement Committee. Northern Valley Regional High School at Demorest has helped us a lot by writing to 40 different high schools about joining CAP. Recently, the Clearwater Sleuth Club, the Hudson River Environmental Organization, said they would help us pass the word through their educational arm. Also, we would like to encourage our town board of posters to ban the use of styrofoam by sending leaflets to households about the topic. We would really like posters to be styrofoam free. The world and environment need cleaning up. It might as well start here. We have left cat stationery on the table, on the reading over there. There is also Governor Cuomo's and Senator Riley's advocacy bill. If anyone would like to participate, please write a letter and mail it by Friday. If there are any questions, please ask me now.
I would like to just say one thing if you don't mind. I'd like to commend the children on their perseverance, their unselfishness. They gave of their free time, not only lunchtime, but time at home, and any free time that they had in school. They wrote letters, and they gave lectures in different schools about the inclusion legislation. They also went to different classrooms, but they've been to many different schools. They've been on telephone to different schools, explaining and detailing the whole program. They've written to a minimum of 17 different newspapers, some 3 times, 12 magazines, 7 TV stations, 7 environmental groups. I think that they've learned that, in general, media, and in many cases, care about what's going on. However, they've also learned the frustration of being ignored over and over again. They have done all of this between going to ballet lessons, CCD, Hebrew school, wrestling, basketball, music, gymnastics, in at least 2 cases, a full-time job. They're a very constructive group, and I want to commend them. They are really a credit to their school, their town, and their parents.
Does any council person have any questions? Yes.
Now that we got kids involved, maybe we get something done about it.
I would suggest that we put them on Kenny Gasworth's committee.
I was just going to say it's one of the better programs we've had before the council. With regards to the styrofoam issue, it's something that I think certainly the council should consider. During the course of studying this, did your group come up with any type of statistics or any type of studies that indicated the problems with styrofoam? How it
Well, the thing is that basically the styrofoam with the air conditioning fluid and things like that destroys the ozone layer, as they explained to you. And what happens is, in general, if it destroys the ozone layer enough, it can cause a hothouse effect. And it could be, I can refer you to, there's an article in Sports Illustrated in November. If you would like it, I would gladly have it reprinted to the council. If you read it, it'll really be an eye-opener.
It might be possible for me to obtain some information for the children from the Environmental Commission, since I am on that, and some material that may further help them in their pursuit, because it's tremendous.
one of the points that I think that's not required to really be discussed.
Correct.
I would like to thank CAP for coming down, and Mr. Byrne particularly for helping supervise this, and I think that the council will consider consider very strongly the suggestion regarding styrofoam, at least as something we can do. And we could certainly also use whatever influence we have with state legislatures to address the problem on a bigger level than just local. And we will certainly keep CAP informed as to our progress, and we'll communicate with you regularly to let you know how we're doing. And I'd like to thank you all for coming down very much. Thank you. We'll just take a 2-minute recess.
Program that you're for.
Founding members of CAP, Kids Against Pollution. They have figured out ways to have impact on problems that often seem overwhelming. Today's guests are Lauren Abate and Kathy Bell. They are both from public schools in Closter. Kathy, could you tell us about CAP?
CAP was founded in 1987 when we were studying the Constitution, the First Amendment, and the Preamble. The Preamble, there is one part to promote the general welfare. Well, companies in the United States pollute. Everyone knows that. But is it promoting the general welfare to allow them to pollute? That made us get thinking about trying to stop pollution, so we decided to form CAP.
Okay, and I know that you have a wonderful motto. I'd like you to share that with the audience.
Yes, it is save the earth, not just for us, but for future generations.
Great. Okay. Now, Lauren, could you tell us what kind of activities CAP has done?
Well, we wrote over 2,000 letters to Governor Cuomo and Senator Bill Bradley, and we went to the Board of Education and made a presentation to them asking them to stop using styrofoam in the school system, which they agreed to do.
That's great. So a success. Okay, what else do you feel you've accomplished? Kathy?
Well, when we wrote to Senator Bradley and Governor Cuomo didn't write back at all. That got us mad. And Senator Bradley wrote back to nearly everybody, but it was just stuff he had done in the past, not what he planned to do in the future. So they seem to have forgotten that we can't vote yet, and we probably won't be able to for another 8 years, but our parents can. If we give them legitimate reasons why they should not vote for those people, then they will not vote for them.
All right, so you really feel that you've got a handle on having control over the political future of your town, I guess, huh?
Yes, I do.
And at least the environment. That's great. Is there anything that you feel that you're going to be doing in the future, something else you'd like to share with us?
Well, on May 6th, we're going to have an Environmental Rights Day.
Okay.
And we're going to try and get a lot of people to come.
Okay, so we know that everyone will be invited to share in this activity. And we know that all of you know that keeping your environment clean will help you stay healthy.
Excellent.
Okay? You know that keeping your environment clean will help you stay healthy.
Excellent.
Okay? CAP, Kids Against Pollution, started in Closter, New Jersey. But just like environmental problems, CAP has spread. And with me today are two activists from Northvale. They're going to tell us about their CAP organization. Heather Loveridge is in 8th grade. Heather, you tell us how CAP got started in your school.
Well, I found an article in the newspaper from Closter, and it was encouraging other schools to join in CAP. And I brought this to my principal and then passed it on to our science teacher. And he decided that he'd supervise weekly meetings. And that's how it all started.
And did you get a response from your
Yeah,
fellow
about 15 kids, mostly from the younger grades.
Great. So you got the ball rolling. Okay. And here is Lisa Rompalo. Lisa is also in 8th grade. And would you tell us about the campaign that you started?
After we started CAP in our school, we decided to inform the public more about pollution.
and we had all the CAP members in our school draw posters dealing with pollution. And then we made presentations to all 4th through 8th grade classes in our school, and we used those posters there. And then we went to a PTA health fair at our school, and we handed out pamphlets, and we were there all night, and we answered questions the public had about pollution. And then we went to a mayor and council meeting in our town, and we told the council how they could join in a fight against pollution. And then when we were done, we were glad to hear them talk more about recycling and other pollution-related things dealing with our town.
So they really listened to you?
Yes.
Okay, and that's because you probably had very good information for them, I imagine. Now, could you tell us what else you have planned, Heather?
Well, we're planning to hold in the spring a Northville Cleanup Day, and that day we're going to meet with the Boy Scouts and also with the DPW. And we're going to go around and pick up all garbage and litter around Northville. And we're also planning to try and ban styrofoam from our town. We're going to try and convince our school, the church, McDonald's, and all Northville residents why they shouldn't use and buy, styrofoam products.
That's wonderful. Well, we hope you'll take a lead from these young people, excuse me, and that you will figure out that keeping your environment clean will help you stay healthy. Pollution problems are so enormous that everyone can and should do something. Today's guests are not waiting for the government to clean things up or for another organization to take care of our problems. With me is Kate Malmrose. She's a member of Closter's CAP, Kids Against Pollution. Kate, would you tell us what you've done?
Okay. I'm a 5th grader, and I'm a member of CAP, and I wrote a letter to our church council asking them if they would ban styrofoam. And I'll read you my letter.
Great.
Dear members of the church council, I'm a 5th grader at Tennekill School, and I am a member of Kids Against Pollution, or CAP. I am concerned about the breakdown of the ozone layer and the greenhouse effect in our environment. CAP has asked the school board and the town council of Closter to eliminate their use of styrofoam cups. We have also written to Senator Bill Bradley and Governor Mario Cuomo. Would you consider asking the organizations of St. Paul's and the Adult Bible Class to stop using styrofoam cups? I know that this is only a small step, but we at St. Paul's would be doing our part to save our environment. Thank you for your consideration. Sincerely, Katie Malmrose.
Well, that letter would have convinced me, but did you convince them?
Yes, and they agreed right away to stop.
That's great. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. With us today is also Nick Byrne, and Nick is the teacher who is the advisor of CAP in the Closter schools. Nick, tell us, what do you think the impact of CAP will be?
Well, hopefully, if the children's message goes to their parents and they listen to the children, the environment will change, because then the children will be able to work with their parents together and to influence politicians to change policy.
And they seem to be very effective, which is great. Thank you. And Tim, you are going to tell us about lots of other things that people can do. I'm almost afraid to say your last name. Tim Stagliano? Stigliano. I knew I wasn't going to say it right. Tim, you want to tell us what you're involved with?
Okay, well, first of all, on May 6th, we're going to have an Environmental Rights Day. It will be a rally, and we're going to have performers and people from other environmental organizations coming to explain a little about them.
And other schools can join in?
Yes.
Okay, that would be great. We want you all to help these people out, most of all help our environment out, so that we can stay healthy.
Brian, it's happy.
Members of the board. We are making a presentation tonight to bring you up to date on what has been happening with our organization, our hopes for objectives for our school and community this year, and our Environmental Day rally on May 6th of this year. This rally is to educate the trade. So far this year, we have been featured in Dolphin Log's Cousteau Society magazine, NJEA magazine, Hudson Clearwater, and Vision Cable Channel 10. Now, Chris Benevento, Jason Whalen, and John Bruce will give you the feelings expressed by some of the correspondence we have received from around our nation.
We have received more than 100 letters of interest from around the nation. We have marked the map of the U.S. to show you the areas of the country from where we received the letters from. We are in the process of getting these schools and organizations involved with our program. We have selected 3 letters of the many we received to give you an idea of our program.
Dear Cat Founder, I read about your group in cricket September 1988 issue. My school is New Garden Friends School. We are a Quaker school in Greensboro, North Carolina. Our school does recycling and is very aware of the pollution, greenhouse effect, water pollution, etc. We want to help any way we can, writing letters, etc. My class consists of 11 people. There are only 41 in the whole school, kindergarten to 8th grade. My friends and their parents are willing to do anything you need. We would like to receive any information you have on air pollution, recycling, water pollution, and anything going on in our area. I was very excited to find about your club. Thanks. Yours truly, Jeannie Chadbourne. P.S. Love your logo. P.P.S. Enclosed is a self-address envelope for you to send us the information. Thanks.
Dear founders, I'm the environmental educator at Fairmountain's Chelside Museum. I heard about your program, Kids Against Pollution, from some of my friends at the Fairwater headquarters in Poughkeepsie. I think what you're doing is fantastic, and I would like to know more about your organization and the kids involved. My programming is fairly new, and most of my emphasis is on the Hudson River. My goal is to get the local school kids interested in making a little noise to get the river cleaned up. If there is any